Hey guys, welcome back to the Sharpening Guide. Today's finally the day. Like I teased in my sharpening video, my custom scales for the Spyderco Endela have finally arrived. Alright, quick overview. I had two sets of custom scales made, one in black and red G10, and another in all black. The black and red ones came out darker than I expected. It's more of a deep, almost brownish red. I also put it to a vote in a YouTube short, and you guys chose the black ones, same as I would have picked myself. The black and red set will chill on the side for now. I had the black scales paired with a red backspacer for a little pop of color. We're going to swap them out today, and I'll also show you how to disassemble, clean, and reassemble the knife properly, including a little trick for getting the backlock reinstalled without all the frustration. So if you want to see how the new setup looks, or learn how to do full maintenance on a backlock knife, stick around till the end. Alright, let's jump in. First things first, I'm taping off the blade for safety. I just sharpened it recently, and trust me, it's hair-popping sharp right now. If you missed that sharpening video, definitely check it out after this one. And just a heads up, this is actually my first time disassembling a knife and filming at the same time, so if things get a little awkward, bear with me. Of course, while it's apart, we'll do a full clean and relube. I'm especially curious about the fit on these scales. If the screw holes aren't precise, reassembly could get annoying real quick. I've got alcohol wipes ready to clean all the parts, and later I'll use Nano-Oil to lube the pivot and washers. Nano-Oil is one of the best lubricants out there for knives, super thin, long-lasting, and it makes a huge difference in how smooth the action feels. If you don't know, G10 is a high-pressure fiberglass laminate. It's tough, lightweight, and has amazing grip, even when wet. While it's not a premium material like titanium or carbon fiber, it's absolutely perfect for knife handles, especially if you're after durability without breaking the bank. The best part? Both sets were handmade exactly to my specs, and even with shipping, I only paid around $135 total, super fair for custom work. Now, the new scales are just a tiny bit larger than the originals, nothing major, and totally fine as long as the screw holes line up. Also, quick pro tip, don't install the backlock pin yet. Trust me, it's much easier to drop that in after everything else is mostly assembled. I'll show you exactly how to do that. The rearmost pin hole on the scales is a tiny bit off, but a little pressure gets everything seated properly. Next, dropping in the red backspacer. Fits a little tight. G10 has a little flex, so no biggie. If these were aluminum parts, yeah, we might have a problem. But G10's forgiving, and honestly, for the price and the fact that it's hand-cut, I really can't complain. Now moving on to the washers. We'll clean them up with alcohol, add a tiny drop of fresh Nano-Oil, and reassemble. Super important, when you reinstall them, make sure each washer goes back on the same side of the blade it came from. Washers naturally wear in over time, developing microgrooves that actually improve smoothness. If you flip them, you lose that benefit. The backlock still stays out for now. There's a reason for that, which we'll get to in a second. Tolerances at the back of the handle are tight. If I drift a little off frame while working, sorry about that. Filming and building at the same time is a new experience for me. Normally, I would apply a bit of thread locker like Loctite 248 on the screws to keep them secure. Unfortunately, my bottle ran out and the new one didn't show up yet. So today, we'll just tighten everything carefully by hand, and I'll add Loctite later off camera. First impressions? Already loving how this looks. Now, for the tricky part, installing the backlock. Here's the trick. Close the blade, gently line up the lock bar, and push the pin through at the same time. It's a bit fiddly, but if you keep the blade slightly movable, it lines up much easier. And we're in. Everything's seated correctly now. Then we'll quickly install the pocket clip. New screws were provided, since the original ones were just a bit too short. Time to take off the blade tape and check the centering. And yep, the blade is perfectly centered. Now let's tune the action. Right now it's a little tight, so I'm gonna back off the pivot screw just a little bit at a time. Goal is to get the blade flicking open smoothly, but still no blade play. This part always takes a little patience, small tweaks, tiny adjustments. And there it is, actions dialed in beautifully. Man, the all-black look with the red backspacer just transforms the Endela completely. On camera, the red looks a bit different, it's a deeper red in person. Now I'm thinking, should I get some red anodized screws to match the backspacer? Or would stealthy all-black screws be cooler? Let me know down in the comments, I'd love your input. Also, should I eventually try installing the black and red scales? Or even crazier, mix and match, one side black, one side red? If you made it this far, thanks a lot for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe if you enjoy knife content, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.